All right, circles day 2. So we're going to start off with a homework review from last time. All right, so here's a problem that was commonly missed. If the area of a circle is 25 pi inches squared, then the diameter of the circle is... Okay, so remembering what we learned last time, the area of a circle equals pi r squared. So pi r squared equals 25 pi, because it says so in the problem. And so that means that if we cancel out the pi's, r squared has to equal 25, which means that the radius, 25, which means that the radius of this circle has to be 5. Now, diameter is twice the radius, so 5 times 2 is 10. And so the answer here would have been A. All right, that's fantastic box.
So for the next problem, what is the formula for circumference of a circle given the diameter? So this was more of like a memorization thing. So circumference is 2 pi r, right? But remember that we have to use it given the diameter. So we
Excuse
have to
me,
have
could
these
you
three
speak
sums.
up?
Okay, wait.
Yeah, that's better.
Can you? Okay, yeah. So the formula for the circumference is 2 pi r, where r is the radius. However, we have to input it with the diameter, right? We have to have the diameter in this equation. So the diameter of a circle is just 2 times the radius. So we can cancel out this 2r and we can have pi d. Sorry. We can have pi d as our equation, so we get c as our answer. So remember, we can't do A or B because they don't have the diameter in it, and we can't do C because that's wrong, because it's 2 pi r, not 2 pi d, as the circumference of a circle. So
Okay, and now onto this problem, which has this circle sector right here, and it is 100 degrees out of the 360 degrees. So using that information, we should set up a proportion like this. And what this tells you is that once you simplify it, this sector right here is 5/18 of the whole circle. And that means that the area of this sector right here is also 5/18 of the whole circle's area. So the whole circle's area is going to be 36 pi, since the radius is 6. And this problem, for this problem, you have to use pi to calculate it. So the area is 36 pi, and then we have to find what this equals. This is the area of the shaded sector. Okay, so you can do 36 pi, say pi is, we'll use 3.14 for pi. So 36 times 3.14 is 113.04, and then we multiply that by 5/8. So then that gets us 31.4 here as our final answer. Okay, does anyone have questions about this problem or any of the other problems?
So question, you could have just not simplified it. Wouldn't it have made it a little bit easier to just simplify it down to 10/36?
Oh, okay, I see what you mean, yeah. That would have been a very smart strategy to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
5 out of 18.
it's literally just the same numbers, except the last two zeros are pies. It's literally the same thing.
It definitely works as well. And it's probably easier to use if you don't have a calculator. Okay, so let's continue. Shawnee, do you want to go over this part?
yeah, sorry. So today we're going to be learning about angles and circles. So this is where things can become a little bit tricky. So if you have any questions, ask them or ask us. This is basically like a puzzle. You will need to go through like certain steps like of logic and just like thinking like outside of the box to help you. And yeah, so we will be doing a Desmos for most of the class. So Yolanda can put the link in the
Yeah, I've got a link. And also the code is on the screen. Okay, chat. You can also just click the link in the chat.
Okay.
All right, so I'll give you guys some time to join. And we're just going to stay on the first 3 slides for now. Okay, so for this Desmos, you don't have to write your answers in complete sentences. You should always just try your best, and if you're confused at any point, you should ask. So we're going to go basically on the first 3 slides right now, and go ahead and investigate. What happens when you drag around this red point?
What's the code?
The code, it is Y F R H Q N.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so for everybody who was just let in to the meeting, we are going to be doing a Desmos activity. So I will put the link in the chat. And yeah.
Is it supposed to stop at question 3?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, if you're at question 3, just hold on and wait a bit.
Is there technically a wrong answer to this?
I mean, you could get it wrong, I suppose, but nothing bad will happen if you get it wrong.
Meaning, like, is there like one certain answer that applies to this? Or is it like...
Yes. All right, so we'll go over it, okay? So as you guys probably saw, no matter where you drag the point, this always remains a 90-degree angle. All right, so this is an interesting property which should be explained on the next slide. So as long as one side of the triangle is the diameter of the circle, as long as the triangle has like 2 endpoints that correspond with the diameter, then no matter wherever the third point is, this will always be a right triangle. All right, did everyone understand that from this first section? Okay, so I'll release you guys to the next couple of slides. All right, so you can feel free to move on.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I just got here a little late. Can you explain what we're doing right now?
So right now we're doing a Desmos activity, just to help us understand some concepts. Here's the link in the chat. Yeah.
It doesn't let me join it.
Okay, wait, sorry. Okay, are you logged in to your Desmos account?
Yes, I am logged in. I put in the code exactly how it is, and I keep clicking like yes login, but then every time I click like join it or whatever it says, it just freezes.
Okay, try a different browser.
Okay.
Hopefully that helps.
Okay, I'll try that. Still doesn't work.
Try clicking the link that's in the chat and see if that just opens.
That's what I did. I clicked the link in the chat.
Okay,
Okay. We'll see what we can do about that.
okay, the link isn't closed, so it's not a problem with the link itself.
All right. Do you know what email you're using for it?
I'm using the email that I use that for Google Classroom.
Okay. Do you have like a different email you could try?
Yeah.
All right, try that.
Okay. It works now.
Okay, awesome. So we will give you guys a little bit longer to work on these next slides, and then Ishani will go over the concepts just to make sure everyone gets them.
Okay, so when you drag the red and blue points, you'll notice that they are always 22 degrees. So they're always the same. And these are called inscribed angles. So basically the property about inscribed angles that you need to know is that if you have any 2 points on a circle, right, and you take any other third point on that circle and you move that third point around, it will always have an angle measure. The angle measure will always remain the same. So you can see for these that the points remain the same, and the angle, like the vertex, the third point, is moving around, and it will always be 22 degrees in this scenario. However, it won't always be 22 degrees for every single inscribed angle. So the next activity is drag the red point around and adjust the position of the orange point. The blue angle is at the circle's center. Make sure the red angle is outside of the blue angle. What is the approximate relationship between the angles? So what you'll notice is that the angle that is at the center is 2 times the angle measure that is the inscribed angle. So it's the central angle is double the inscribed angle. So that is the relationship you should notice. And it will always be true. This will always be true. And for some of these, it rounds, which is why it may not seem like it follows. This pattern, like 59, 29 or something, it'll show like angle measures of 59 and 29. However, this will always be true. And so basically, since the central angle is equal to the angle measure of arc AB, the inscribed angle of an arc is always half the measure of the arc itself. So half of the degree measure of the arc itself is what the inscribed angle is. So that's just something to note. If you're taking notes, make sure to write that down. And then drag the points. What do you notice about the relationships between the 2 angles? So they're basically 2 angles opposite each other on a cyclic quadrilateral, meaning it's inscribed in the circle. Each of its points is on the circle. So you'll notice that the angles opposite each other in the cyclic quadrilateral always sum to 180 degrees. So, so you should remember that the opposite angles of a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle always sum to 180 degrees, so they are supplementary. So this is unique because opposite angles will always add up to 180 degrees, which isn't always true with other types of quadrilaterals. So make sure to note that down too. And we can, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask now. If not, we will continue with the decimal.
Okay, so you guys have a few more slides to go to now. Okay, so on slide 10 right here, you guys probably can see that it's always going to be 90 degrees. So this line right here, as we learned last lesson, is called the tangent. So it just runs along the side and just briefly touches the circle. And then this is like the diameter, or at least part of it is the diameter. So this angle will always be 90 degrees, no matter where the tangent line is.
Okay, so what do you notice about the pairs of angles? Do you know what they're called? So these are vertical angles, and you'll notice that vertical angles, which are just angles that are opposite one another, when two lines intersect, are always equal in measure. So this will always be true, and they are vertical angles. We went over this earlier in the year. You might have forgotten. But if you have forgotten them, just write it down. These are called vertical angles, and they're always congruent to each other. Okay, so for the review, using what you've learned about different types of angles, write down as many pairs of congruent angles as possible in 2 minutes. Example, BEA is equal to CED, so vertical angles. You're not limited to just lines drawn on the image. You can draw your own lines if you want to, however, they must be connected to the points shown in the image. So, okay, so if you can do that one. Okay, so BEA is equal to CED, and then BEC is equal to AED because vertical angles, and then BDC is equal to BAC because inscribed angles are congruent. Remember that. And then same with ABE and ACD. And there are probably more that I can't see. Okay, yeah, the ones that aren't drawn. So BFA is equal, or BFD, yeah. Okay, so BFA is equal to BDA because again, inscribed angles. Then yeah, there are way more on that screen.
Has anyone thought of another pair of angles that are congruent?
Was I supposed to like write the angles and then put them in there, or was I supposed to name how many how many of them were there?
Yeah, you can write them in here like how I'm doing, and then submit.
Meaning, I could have just wrote like, I thought there was 5, so could I just write like 5?
Well, then we don't know what angles. Maybe you could just be making up 5, right?
Okay.
I have like one.
Yeah, share it.
I drew like BOA is equal to FOD.
Like this.
Yeah. It's like that.
So that actually necessarily wouldn't be true because we don't know if AOF forms a line. If AOF did form a line, then that would be true because vertical angles. However, the drawing given suggests that they aren't, that AOF does not form one line. So I don't think that would work.
No, I didn't have AOF. I had AOD.
Yeah, because see how this part, like right here, is kind of bent? While this part, well, B to D is like a whole straight line. If this, like a straight line connecting it, then you could say that those two angles were equal. But since it's this one is actually like, just judging by the picture, it would be bigger, right?
Okay. Thank you.
but I like your thinking. All right, does anyone have other angles they'd like to share?
I put all mine in the chat. I'm not sure if it's completely right.
All right, so we can just take a random one. Let's see. I don't think there's a relationship.
Wait, for which angles? Yolanda, are you there?
Here, let's see.
Which ones? Sorry.
They're in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Which one exactly are you looking at?
Oh, EOA and CEO.
Oh,
Okay, I was just like gonna draw them.
yeah, they wouldn't be like, we wouldn't know if they're equal.
Yeah.
And even like given the diagram, we can see CEO is obtuse, but we can also see EOA is not. It's acute. So
Oh,
that's,
okay.
yeah, just judging by the image, it's probably not.
All right, don't worry though, that's a tricky assignment. And I think you had a bunch of them that were correct. Okay, so let's continue onwards. Okay. So these are just going to be some problems. We can go through them basically like one at a time. So slide 16. All right, everyone go to slide 16. Yep, I see you guys moving there. All right, and it says, what is the radius of this circle? So using the properties we've learned, try and figure this one out. And also you have to combine properties from our triangles lessons too.
It'd be 6. I think it's 5. I think it's 6.
I think it's 7.
I think it's 5.
All right, so lots of answers. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so we can go over how we would do this problem. So if you remember, if there's a triangle with like one point on the edge of the circle and then one side being the diameter, then you know that this angle right here is a right angle. So this is a right triangle, meaning that we can use Pythagorean theorem on it.
Oh,
And
man.
yeah, Pythagorean theorem. Remember that?
No,
So
I
that
remember what it was. I'm just now not too confident in my answer.
it's okay, okay.
I'm guessing I got it.
Yeah, so we have 6 6 squared, which is 36, plus 8 squared, which is 64, equals the diameter squared. So then that tells you that the diameter equals 10, which means the radius equals 5.
Oh, yeah, I got it right.
Yeah, good job. I think 2 people said they said 5, so good job.
I got 7 because I thought you could add the 6 and the 8 together and it would make the whole line. So if that was 14, then since the radius is half of the diameter, I thought it was 7.
Okay, well, you can kind of see like this is going to be longer. Because like the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight path. So if you like turn and turn again, it's going to be longer.
Right. So remember, if it were 14, the entire diameter, then that would mean that 6 and 8 are on the diameter, which is
Yeah.
the case.
Okay, so let's go to the next problem. I think they will get trickier, so we're going to go through them one at a time. All right, so what is the circumference of this circle?
I was confused on this a little while ago. So Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I think it's 13 pi.
I agree with that.
Same. I'm guessing it's 13 pi.
Yeah, same. Also, speaking of like, my dad showed me like a different way to get the area of a circle today. So he told me that he asked me what's the area of a circle, and I said, and I squared pi r squared, and he said, no, it's pi d squared divided by 4. And I'm like, how is that?
Yeah, because
Yeah, he told me.
Same
Yeah.
thing
But
as the
originally-
pi r squared, except
No.
it's just a harder way to do it.
Yeah, and no, the thing is, I was like, okay, so if I have a circle with a radius of I never heard that before. So I asked him, okay, so if I have a radius with 7 inches, then using my strategy is 40. It's 49 pi in terms of pi. And he said, yes, so do it my way. And 14 squared is 228. And I told him,
it's
well, the answer is 72 squared then. And he's like, no, it is not. And I'm like, okay. Then he figured out he forgot what 14 squared is.
okay.
He was actually right. It's 196 divided by 4.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
he showed me that this morning, and I was like, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
you should have said you shouldn't have said 14 times 14 is 288."
Okay, so Ishani is going to go over this problem.
Okay, so we did say earlier we are using the Pythagorean theorem. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem because we know this is a 90-degree angle, as I have drawn here, right? And we know it's a 90-degree angle because it's the inscribed angle with the points on the ends of the diameter, right? So we have a 90-degree angle here. So this is a right angle, or right triangle, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So we get 5 squared, which is 25, plus, and then 12 squared, which is 144. Okay, I'm just gonna use text. Okay, so 25 plus 144 is equal to, and then our diameter to the power of 2, right? Because the diameter is the hypotenuse, right? So 25 plus 144 is 169, right? So that means that we find the square root of that, which is 13, right? So that means 13 is the diameter, right? So this entire thing is 13. And to find the circumference, we do pi times the diameter, which gives us with 13, which leaves us with 13 pi. So we can put 13 pi as our answer. Good job to everybody who got it. I think that was a lot of you.
Yeah. Okay.
I forgot I had to write the answer on the thing. So I forgot, and I typed 13, and I forgot, oh, it is 13 pi. Shoot. I'm dumb.
It's okay, we all make silly mistakes. All right, what is the degree measure of the angle labeled x?
I got 22 degrees.
Okay. All right, so we'll just give you guys a bit of time to solve this one.
I got 22 as well.
Same. I kind of jumped ahead because I was done with the other one.
I got 22.
Okay, so this one, the answer is actually not 22 because remember, I think you guys are all remembering the rule of you add the opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. But this isn't a cyclic quadrilateral because it doesn't have 4 points on the edge of the circle. See, like the point is in the center, not on the edge. So, actually what that tells us, this is the central angle, and then this is the inscribed angle. Oops. Okay, so this is the inscribed angle, and the inscribed angle is going to be half of the central angle. So it's going to be 79. And so now we have a cyclic quadrilateral, and so x plus 79 is going to add up to 180. So that would be 181. I mean, sorry, 101 is the answer. And I'm sorry if you can't see this yellow color.
That makes
Right.
a lot more sense.
Yeah, these types of questions are tricky, so you gotta make sure you understand the rules really well.
Wait, I'm kind of confused. Can you explain it again?
Yeah, sure. So if you remember back, we have the rule that the central angle here is 158 degrees because the point is in the center. That is going to be twice the measure of the inscribed angle. So the inscribed angle are the red lines, because it's on the edge of the circle. So that's half of the central angle. So that means that it's going to be 79 because 79 is half of 158. And now that we have a shape with 4 sides that are all on the circle, like this, then we have a cyclic quadrilateral. And the rule for those is that opposite angles will add up to 180 degrees. So that tells us that x plus 79 equals
Oh,
180.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so if no one else has questions, we will move on to the next problem. All right, I'll erase that later. Okay. So if circle A and circle B are congruent, find the degree measure of arc BC.
You need to let us go to the next slides. It only stops us at 18.
Sorry about that. Okay, I'll just stop this. Yeah.
Would it be 90 degrees?
So, no, it would not. A great way to verify if your answer seems logical is to look at the diagram, and if it seems like it's really off, then your answer probably is wrong. So, BAC, or the measure of arc BC, does not seem like it's 90 degrees. It does not look like it's 90 degrees. So, it's, yeah, that's just a way to verify. Okay, so what we can do, so we know that circle A and circle B are congruent. So that means all measures, including the radius of, or the radii of both circles are congruent, right? So we know that AB is the radius of one of them, so therefore it's the radius of both of them. And then we know that AC, again, is the radius of, of circle A and is therefore equal to the radius of circle B. And then BC is the radius of circle B and therefore the radius of circle A, right? So that means we can see that there's an equilateral. We can see that we have drawn a triangle with equal sides, meaning it's equilateral. Now, find the degree measure of arc BC. So finding the degree measure of arc BC is just asking us to find the measure of angle A, which I have drawn here, right? So we know that the measure of an angle for an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. So therefore, we can find that the degree measure of arc BC is 60 degrees. So that would be our answer.
Yay, I finally got something right today.
Good job.
I changed mine to 60 after I did another verify.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
I really just got 60 because because I thought my triangle looked like an equilateral triangle, and I'm like, 60.
Oh.
Do you understand exactly why it's an equilateral triangle now?
Yeah, I do, but like when I was doing it, I just was playing connect the dots with my circle, and then I realized that looks sort of like an equilateral triangle, except I cannot draw a straight line to save my life.
Okay. Well,
Like
if it,
seriously,
it works.
I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. I'm grateful for rulers.
Okay. So circle A, circle B, and circle C are congruent. And if triangle ABC has an area of 9 radical 3, find the area of circle A.
So what circle does it mean by circle A?
Circle A means the one with the center point of A. I think
Which is that? Could you show it?
yeah, sure. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the whole of that circle?
Yeah, the area of this whole circle.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, so for this one, have you guys figured out what type of triangle it is? What type of triangle ABC is?
ABC is equilateral.
It's an equilateral.
Yeah, that's the first step you need to know. So because all the side lengths are radii of the circles, and the question tells you that all the circles are congruent. So, and then it also tells you that the area of this is 9 radical 3. So there are two ways, two like main ways you can find the area of an equilateral triangle. Like, okay, you can recognize that it's two 30, 60, 90 right triangles and then try and figure it out through that. Or you could use a formula. We actually found this formula in one of the previous lessons. But basically, the area of an equilateral triangle equals radical 3/4 times the side length squared. So this right here is going to equal, it will equal yeah, okay, so that's it will equal 9 radical 3, sorry. So, oh my god, this annotation thing. It will equal 9 radical 3. And then you multiply both sides by 4, and then divide both sides by radical 3. And then you will get a squared equals 36, which tells you, if you square root both sides, that a equals 6. And a is the side length of this equilateral triangle. And remember previously that the side lengths of this equilateral triangle are radii of the circle. So 6 is the radius of circle A. What is the area? All right, everyone, if you want to unmute and say.
Wait, what did you say again?
The radius of circle A is 6. So what is the area going to be?
I think the area is
36 pi.
Wait, I'm still confused. How did you get 6?
All right, so this is knowledge from past lessons, but the formula, the easiest formula for the area of an equilateral triangle is right here, radical 3/4 times the side length squared. And then we have the area. So then we just use that to find A, and A is the side length of the equilateral triangle, which is also the radius of the larger circles. So then that's how we found 6. And great job, you guys are correct. The answer is 36 pi. All right, quadrilateral ABCD is inscribed in circle O. Segment CD is congruent to segment DA. If triangle ABC is equilateral, find the measure of angle of arc CD.
Okay, so this is relatively hard to understand, so I will explain it. So we know that triangle ABC is quadrilateral. So what that means is that wait, sorry. Okay, so that means that this angle, and this angle are all equal to 60 degrees, right? So let's just write 60 here, right? And because of this, we know this because it's an equilateral triangle. So we're trying to find the measure of arc CD, right? So what we can do is we can find the measure of an inscribed angle, right? And twice of that will be the measure of angle COD, or the measure of arc CD, right? So we can use CBD as the inscribed angle. And we will get, in this scenario, we will get 60 divided by 2, which is 30. And this is because CD is congruent to segment DA, meaning that this is equal to this, making it a kite basically. So when you divide it in half, you will go through the center of this circle, right? Because it passes, because it's symmetric around BD. So yeah, and basically we get 30 degrees for this angle. Wait, I will use a different color. We get 30 degrees for this angle, which I have done in like purple, right? So we multiply that by 2 to find the measure of the central angle, and that's because inscribed angles are half of the measure of the central angles. So we do 30 times 2 and we get 60 degrees, right? So the measure of arc CD is therefore 60 degrees because the measure of angle COD is 60 degrees. So hopefully you guys got 60 degrees as your answer. Okay. If no one has any questions, we will move on to the Kahoot.
Yeah, so we're going to skip over some of the other problems here. And then we're going to do the Kahoot, which is just going to go over.
Honestly, I'm pretty confused on all this.
Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully the Kahoot will make things more clear. So there will be some more basic concepts that we're going to review through that. And hopefully that gives you a better idea of how to do these sorts of problems. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a second while I start the Kahoot.
Okay, so go to kahoot.it and then join using the code which I will type in the chat.
In first place, please identify themselves.
It's a mystery.
Who do you think it is?
I have
She's
no.
shy. She's so sus. She's freaking smiling.
Yeah,
I
Smiles
actually,
at
I
Don't
actually
look
doubt.
Fix that.
I remember my language arts teacher
I didn't
saying
play
sus
Kahoot.
the other day.
Among Us is
I remember my language arts teacher saying sus the other day, and I was like, please, no, don't start this.
Are we playing Among Us and Kahoot now?
Alex, I'm being serious. Miss Cross in the middle of class just said sus, and I was like, please, no.
Especially the Zen Sus one.
Like, I swear, if you knew the kids at our school, you
All
would
right.
never use the S-U. Okay, who for the means just put their name as sus?
Should I kick them out?
Yes.
No.
By all means, yes. Proceed with the action.
You just
All right.
ruined
By all
someone's
means.
chance.
All right, everyone. I'm going to assume that all of you guys who've wanted to join have joined. So we're going to start. And remember, first, second, and third place will get 5, 3, and 1 point respectively. Right. What type of angle is angle X?
The only way I'm gonna pass this is if I use my notes. And the only way I'm gonna pass this is by dumb luck because I forgot to take notes.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
take notes ever.
Colin.
All right.
If I
So
forget
angle
something, I just go
X-
to Khan Academy.
Angle X here is an inscribed angle. So inscribed angles have 3 points that are all on the edge of the circle. All right, so it looks like E is in first place, followed by not Ishani, and then Shri. What type of angle is Y?
Dumb luck, help me.
It's crazy.
I think I'm gonna stick to
One
notes.
person actually put crazy.
Seriously, who picked
Wow.
crazy?
Wow, guys. All right. Angle Y is a central angle because Y is the center of the circle. Central angle.
Shani Ashani was smiling as soon as Colin said, "Who picked crazy?"
Oh no.
All right, quadrilateral ABCD is what type of quadrilateral?
It's so laggy. Like when it's in the question loading screen, it takes like 2 or 3 extra seconds, wasting precious points.
Well, I'm assuming that most people will have that problem then. So it ends up being okay, right?
I said inscribed because last time was the angle was inscribed because all 3 points were touching the outside of the circle.
I like that
I
reasoning.
chose acyclic. I
Yeah,
got it right.
both of them are correct, cyclic and inscribed. So this quadrilateral has all of its points on the outside, on the edge of the circle. So it is, you can use either term to describe it. All right, not Ishani is in first place. And then Aniket and Cullen are close behind. In cyclic quadrilaterals, opposite angles add up to how many degrees?
I think I remember this one because I'm not gonna say it, but I think I remember this one. Also, it's cute how each of them are 90 degrees more than the other.
Okay, yeah, so the answer is 180 degrees.
I think some
So
people got mixed up with thinking like all of the angles equals 360.
Yeah, so that's true. Okay, so let's pretend like this is our cyclic quadrilateral inside a circle. And so, for example, this angle and this angle will add up to 180 degrees.
It's basically like two 90 angles, 90-degree angles. So 90
So
times
Thick misclicked.
All right, find the value of x. This one?
Wasn't this like exact with the like exact same measurements in the
Maybe.
demo thing?
You
Just
can
took an
actually kind of
educated guess because I didn't have enough time.
This one you can use your eyes, kind of, just to see.
No, I did this
I picked
because
60.
this one I thought this one was the exact same one we did on the Denmo thing.
Well, if it did, then that's disappointing because all of you didn't get it right.
That is disappointment.
It is literally half of 72.
Okay, so this is the central angle, 72 degrees, and inscribed angles will be half the central angle if like these 2 points are the same. So this angle is going to be half of 72, meaning that it is 36 degrees. And you can also kind of see like this looks very small. It can't possibly be 144 degrees, for example. And then, okay, yeah,
I'm disappointed in myself.
it's okay, it's okay.
Disappointing.
All right, find the value of x.
I'm just making an educated guess because I have no clue. And it was right.
Yeah, a large portion of you guys got it right. So this one is actually just the exact same thing as the previous one. If you remember, like you got to drag the point around the circle and it stayed the same because they share the same 2 endpoints.
I accidentally misclicked.
It's okay. 40 degrees divided by 2 is going to be 20 degrees.
Can I just rage quit because there's no way I'm getting on the getting any points if I get 2 questions wrong.
Well, think about it. If you
Don't
give
be a
up,
quitter, Colin.
you have 0 chance. If you continue, maybe everyone's going to get everything else wrong.
Oh, yay, I'm in third place.
Get everything
Don't
right.
be a quitter, Colin. Be a man.
Find the value of x.
I want to bet on my dumb luck.
Yep.
If
I mean, you could tell by
What
looking at it. You
luck?
could tell it by looking at it.
Oh my god, I should have
I didn't even get a chance to answer LOL.
Right.
I got-
LOL, rip Alex.
I
was
just
the
instantly
only
hit
one who got
75
it.
because it looked like it was. It looked like they were similar. It looked like it.
I was betting on my dumb luck. And said double this.
Okay, what we have okay, 15 questions total. Not Ashani is still in first place. You guys, you gotta step it up.
She's the teacher. We're just students. How are we supposed to be the teacher?
Is the top angle 68 or 69?
It's 68.
I guess. I mean, and I'm proud of that.
This one, I'm going with the good old strategy of me liking my numbers in 10s and 5s. I have a bad feeling my dumb luck's not going to pay off, and it did.
All right.
What was I?
Sorry, this one is going to be 100 degrees. Two people who got it right. Did you just guess?
How was it 100? How was it 100 degrees?
Okay, wait.
It looks nothing like 100 degrees.
Okay, so
EBH, yes.
okay, so wait. So we know that 68 and 33 and this angle are part of a triangle, right? So triangles have their angles measure up to 180 degrees. So 60 plus 33 is equal to 101, right? And then we know that a cyclic quadrilateral has the opposite angles sum to 180 degrees. So this should have actually been 79, I believe. Because 101 plus
Wait a minute.
79.
Then does that mean the Kahoot is wrong?
Most likely, unless I messed up my math.
I got 70. I guessed 79.
Me too.
I did 79 because I was trying to make it. Oh, I was trying to do 180, so I added those two. That was 71, and then 79 plus that would have been 150. So I don't know. I just said 79 because I had a gut feeling.
Yeah. Okay. It should.
And I'm sorry, Ashani, but everybody thinks your math is wrong.
Okay. Wait. Wait a moment. Okay. Wait. So we know 180. So okay. Or conversely, we could see that these two are angles opposite each other in a cyclic quadrilateral, and they must sum to 180, right? So that means the sum of this plus this is 180 minus 33 plus 68, right? 33 plus 68 is, again, 101. So we do 180 minus 101, and we get 79. And even then, we should have gotten an answer that is not 100. So
why don't we just? How about this? We'll give $100. We'll give $100 for every degree we got this wrong if somebody can figure out the answer.
Okay, Yolanda, do you want to explain it?
Money behind the motive.
Weird problems, because then it'd be 101 right there, right? Okay. How about a counter proposal? Let's just move on.
No, I say we argue because I clicked 79 and I want my money.
I think we should argue too because I clicked 79 as well. I want
I'm fine with spending the next 15 minutes figuring out.
Yeah, then we can just waste class and no one will get any points.
Or whoever next problem.
Everyone should get extra points.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
We're going to change the point system so everyone gets 2 points just for participating.
Okay, how
Yes!
about this?
Because this
Also-
one,
Yes,
Also,
This
I
one
have
kind of effed everybody.
in the
This
Google
one
Classroom.
kind of screwed everybody up.
In the Google Classroom, if after class you can explain why the value of the missing angle is 100 degrees with an actual reasonable explanation, you will get 10 extra credit points.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Putting money
10
behind the
extra
motor.
credit points?
Holy
Yeah.
shoot, I'm doing this.
Wait,
This
if
is
you're
what I
saying
meant
it's
to-
100 degrees or if you're proving that it's 79?
Could you put the
100
photo
degrees.
in like the Google Classroom because
We will put it in after class,
Sure.
just so like, you know.
Yeah.
What if
Well,
you can't prove that it's 100 degrees and it's just wrong?
Then you
Okay,
should
we'll post
provide
an
a reasoning.
assignment. We'll post an assignment.
What
that
if
has-
no one gets 100? No one can prove that it's 100
Then
degrees.
no one gets any points besides the 2 participation, I guess.
The 2. Who's that?
X took over Ashani.
Okay, select 2. Which of these following angles is congruent to angle ABE?
Wait, do you mean AEB?
No.
The question says angle ABE.
I'm confused. Congruent means equal, right?
Yep.
Yes, I guessed right.
Yay, I
I
got it
just
right.
half right. I did circle, but
I
did.
guessed right.
Does it
Yeah.
give you like? So it doesn't give you any points for getting a half right if it's multiple select.
So ABE right here is congruent to ACD. Yeah, because they both have. Okay. Okay.
Wait, but ACD looks like 10 times bigger than the other one.
Because they're actually all the same. Okay, I drew that really poorly. So you know that ACD and ABD are going to be the same because they're inscribed angles that have that share this arc right here.
Oh, okay.
And ABE is also going to be
And
equivalent.
every time you say ABE, I'm thinking of ACDC. For
That's
some
very
reason, I'm
interesting.
thinking of ACDC.
Right, what's the time? Okay, we might not be able to get through all of them, but let's get through as many as we can.
Dang it, I'm knocked out of the top 5.
Don't worry, you can make a comeback. It's another multi-select.
I'm getting my way slowly up.
I'm pretty sure I got this one. Because I'm cocky. No, I'm not. I'm just really hoping.
Hashtag guess moment. I got one right.
Actually, this thing is unfair because it's not gonna give me half points for getting it half right.
Okay. Okay. So which of the following angles is congruent to angle ADB? So remember ADB is this, right? So the angles that are congruent to that are any other angle that's inscribed in that with the endpoints of A and B. So we know ACB, which is the circle right here, is correct. And then we know that an inscribed angle is 1/2 of the central angle, so that means that it's 1/2 of AEB, meaning that this is also correct. So yeah. Also, if you need to go, feel free to leave.
Even with my wrong answer, I made a comeback.
Same.
Great job. See, I told you. I told you could do
I
it.
got the right answer, but still behind Ishani.
Yeah, as for work, homework will be posted. I think it's already posted in the classroom actually. And also if you got 100 and want to argue your case, you can do that too.
Oh.
Yes, I guessed
I
right
didn't-
again.
I didn't guess. I was like, I knew what the answer was, but like the moment I went to click it, it was
I was
like
out of time.
My luck is so good.
no, it was like
My
the moment I was like, okay, time to answer this because I just figured out what the side links were.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
what?
correct.
Why is it gone? And why does it say time's up, answer streak lost?
Okay, so yeah, area
I
of this
would have gotten
times
it.
this.
It just time's up.
Yeah, because it's a rectangle.
I can't read that. It's like so small, and I already have bad eyesight, and I'm not doing this on a big screen.
How am I in 6th place?
You're asking me.
I'm chasing you, Anushka. I'm behind you by like
Podium.
200 or so points.
Find the measure of angle BAC.
Oh my god, I just realized I could zoom in. Doug! You need one more time on this.
I knew it wasn't 100 degrees because then the other one would be 30 degrees, and that does not look right.
The Kahoot just decided to just go, nope, sorry, time's out.
Yeah, same. This still the moment I realized I can zoom in on the dang Chromebook, it's like poof.
Alright, so yeah, just remember triangle, the things, the angles all add up to 180. Yeah, and then those, and it's an isosceles triangle, so then those two angles are both going to be 50 degrees, meaning that angle BAC is 80 degrees. 80 degrees.
And remember, it's an isosceles triangle because A is the center, so AC and AB are radii, meaning they are equal. So, yeah.
Yep.
Colin, I will get you for this. I remember I tried out for written
What
assessment.
triangle is that?
Which one?
The entire thing without the line.
I can tell you that specifically, but remember dB is the diameter, right? And we learned something about angles will have endpoints as the ends of the diameter.
One of my teachers, I have no clue.
Yes, I guessed right again. My luck.
Same.
I guess
I remember
right.
something one of my teachers told me when I was trying out for written assessment. When in doubt, go with C.
May the luck be with you.
No, I swear. She said most of the time these guys will hide the answer as C. So if you don't know,
I'm behind you by 1,122.
Okay. So this
I'm
problem,
behind Colin by less than 100. So sucks to be you, Alex.
okay, so this one you realize that this right here is an equilateral triangle, and then that tells you that the DCB is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, 30, 60, 90 right triangle. And so it also has an area of 8 radical 3. So then that tells you that this side is going to be 4 and this side is going to be 4 radical 3, because 4 times 4 radical 3 divided by 2 equals 8 radical 3. That's base times height divided by 2. And so then, since one side of this equilateral triangle is 4, that means that the radius here is also going to be 4, which means that the area is 16 pi. So good job.
I just want to get in the top 5 because I know at this point there's no way I'm getting into top
I
3.
am in the top 5.
Yeah, I know, Colin. That's why I'm trying to get you down.
I feel like this is like World War III cahoots.
Okay, so
This was World War III in Kahoot.
I am just
Maybe more
confused.
tense, and it wouldn't be simple math.
I missed the Kahoot. I remember like the first ever Kahoot I did was based on was literally. Oh my god, I guessed right. Haha, Colin, I took you down.
Did you guess? Or did you actually do it?
That is classified information. I guessed.
Okay, so for this problem, each of the circles has a radius of 2. So that means that this is 2 and this is 2, right? So that means the side length of the triangle is 4, right? And remember that when finding the area of an equilateral triangle, we divide the side length by 2, and then we square that and multiply it by radical 3. So we get 4 divided by 2, which is 2, squared, which is 4, times radical 3, which gives us the answer of blue whatever. So yeah, good job to everyone who got it. Hopefully you actually did the math.
I guessed because I did not realize that these were along the radiuses.
You should hold a poll on whoever just guesses in 50% of the Kahoot.
I think I have no clue how many of these I measured because
Remember,
I measured
inscribed
all of them. When in doubt, make a guess, but educate it.
I
Got
swear.
an hypothesis.
Okay, so
Colin, would you like me to pay my respects to you at school tomorrow?
No, just pay me $1 million. That's all I ask.
No can do. I don't even know
Okay,
how much money that
so
is.
for this problem, we know.
That's 6 zeros.
Okay, so,
What's in for you?
okay, we know that this is an inscribed angle, meaning it's half the measure of the central angle, meaning we just do 58 times 2, which is 116, and we get the blue answer. So good job to everyone who got it.
Alex, me and Colin are in your language arts class.
Oh yeah. Not.
Dude, we're in your language arts class.
Congrats, Aniket. Congrats, whoever is X. Whoever is X, you should probably tell us so we can give you points.
But now the real question is, who is not Ishani?
Yeah, it's a question.
I swear, somebody should make a
It's
feature
Ishani.
where
It's
you have
pretty
to
much
put your
Ishani.
name on it.
Shani.
So I think what they've been doing nowadays is Ashani decided she wanted to have fun and win Kahoot. So they're gonna get third,
No.
fourth, and
I
Not
wouldn't be-
Ashani, maybe the president or whatever of Switzerland.
I don't know if Switzerland has a president. I think Switzerland
Plus,
is
how would you know Ishani?
that says
I
that's
deserve third
upside
place.
down.
Ishani fought.
It is.
Ishani did Kahoot, and
Observation.
she's a teacher. That's not fair. I'm third.
how did she get points then?
Because she signed in. She
Points
doesn't own the Kahoot. You
fairly.
can play
Don't
Kahoot
worry.
you've made yourself. You know that, right? My brother last year had to do a assignment where he had to make a Kahoot. Every other question was a meme, but he played it himself multiple times. You can play Kahoots you created.
Well, I mean,
All right, everyone. You have homework for next week. Remember, we'll post an assignment if you want to explain how you got 100. All right. Hope you guys did some things today. Bye.
bye-bye.
The answer for the how you got 100 thing will probably be, it'll probably be like I misclicked or something.
Well, if you say that, you're not gonna get any points. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
I still deserve third place.
Yeah, you'll get your point. Bye. Yolanda, stop the recording.
Oh, hang on.